Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get the storm bow in Eisendrache. It's a pretty powerful bow, and as you can see here, that one strike and they're all going down. Very powerful bow. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to get this bow. Let's get straight into the video. Alright everyone, so once you get the Wrath of the Ancients bow, which there's a tag in the top right corner if you guys would like to watch that video to see how to get the Wrath of the Ancients bow. But once you get that bow, you want to come over here to the little windmill and you want to shoot it with your bow. Fully charge it up and shoot it with your bow. I guess you don't have to fully charge it up, but I guess it's just easier that way. And then behind will pop out some arrows, a broken arrow actually, and you have to pick those up, and boom, as you see in the Wrath of the Ancients section, you have officially started the storm bow. The next step of the storm bow is shooting 3 of these bonfires around the map. The first one is located right here, which you just go ahead and charge back and shoot it with your bow. The second location is kind of a distance away, all the way over there, which can either be shot from this area right here by aiming up and shooting, which is a little difficult. I don't like to go by there. It's a little easier over here. It can be shot from right here, and you can see it all the way in the back. You just charge it up, and it's kind of hard to get first try. Yeah, see, it's kind of hard to get first try, but eventually you'll get it. And boom, that's the second one. The third bonfire location is over here down at the rocket launch in the testing facility. You just gotta go ahead and shoot it. And boom, you have now shot all 3 of the bonfires around the map, and you can now move on to the next step of upgrading the bow. Okay, so the next step of upgrading the bow is pretty simple. It can be annoying to pull off first try with all the zombies trying to surround you, but if you notice these little pads around the top roof of the room, you have to run over those while the low gravity mode is turned on. And there's, I believe, 5 around this entire roof. You hit all of them, and then you can move on to the next step. And if you don't know how to turn on low gravity mode, you just need to go to the center where the pyramid is and stand on these 4 panels around the pyramid. And after standing on all 4, low gravity mode will turn on, and you can go ahead and start the step of the bow. So now that low gravity mode is turned on, we can go ahead and start doing the step. I like to start right around or right over here because it's a lot easier. And you want to kind of get it in one swift motion. Try not to mess up. Obviously, it's pretty easy to mess up. And the thing you gotta do, as you see, I just completed it. And the whole point of this is to run over all of the panels without touching the ground. So if you mess up and touch the ground, you're gonna hear a beep noise saying that you failed it, which means you gotta go back and do it again. If low gravity turns off while you're in the process of doing it, then you have to wait till low gravity mode turns back on and you can do it again. So the next step of upgrading the bow is returning to the original areas where you shot the fireplaces, like up here by where you actually started the whole bow actually. And you need to come into this little clock tower, I guess you call it. And you have to get zombie kills near this urn or just inside of this room. And once this is filled up, which it isn't yet, but once this is filled up with zombie souls, it'll basically give itself an electric charge, and you have to shoot the bonfires with the electric charge. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So once you've filled these urns up with zombie souls, you can now hold your arrow back all the way, and it'll give your arrow an electric charge, which you now have to hit these in one try. And if you mess up, you just go back and do it again like normal. And if you've successfully done it, you'll see first off, the first way of telling is there'll be electric around the fire. pretty easy to spot. And also, the urn will no longer have any sort of electric glowing around it. It'll just be in regular urn. The next location of the next urn is going to be right inside of here, right against this wall. And you, again, just have to fill it up with zombie souls like before. And then you have to go and hit this one again. This one can actually be kind of hard to do. In fact, this might actually be the hardest one to do. So do keep that in mind. But okay, so now that the urn has filled up with souls and is now able to do the thing as usual, get it electrocuted, and now you have to hit this, preferably and hopefully in one try, but that is kind of hard. Oh wow, I actually did it first try. Anyway, once you hit it and you'll see the electric around the bonfire and the urn no longer having electric, you can now move on to the final location. Okay, so the final location is down here at the rocket, well, down here at the rocket launch facility is where you can find the final urn to fill up with souls. Once you fill it up with souls, again, you just charge your arrow, and then you can hit the bonfire as usual, and then you can move on to the next step. Okay, so now that I've charged the urns up with some souls, I can now do this again as usual, and hopefully get it one try. And boom, there we go. Now that we've successfully done all 3 of the bonfires, we can now move on to actually getting the fixed arrow. So once you've done all the urns and all the bonfires, and all of them are on fire and have an electric little circle around it like that. Once you get that, you can now come back to where you started all of this, and you'll see that, well, there's pure chaos up there. But right over here where you actually picked up the arrow, there's a little spark. So you're going to go ahead and interact with that, place the arrows there, and it'll go up into the fire. And when it comes back down, it will be the reforged, completely fixed Stormbow arrow. So now go ahead and pick that up, and now make your way down into the Undercroft, where you can start killing zombies to charge it up and get yourself the Stormbow. So now once you're in the Undercroft, you're just going to go ahead and go where it says the same symbol and place down the arrow to where you can now start charging it up with zombie souls. Now it does have to be in this area, and if you, just letting you guys know, if you're playing co-op, you and your teammate, whatever kills you get and whatever kills your teammate gets goes to whatever bow they're doing. So only you can charge this up. Any friends try to help you charge it up, it doesn't work. That's not how that works. Kind of like with Shadows of Evil, with the Apothicon egg. Only you can charge it up, and once it's fully charged up, you can now interact with it and get yourself the Stormbow. And you'll know it's ready once you hear a noise. Okay, so right there, if you guys may have noticed, right there is the sound, and now it is ready. So you just interact with it. It'll take your default bow, and it will upgrade it into the Stormbow, which you can now go over and pick up. And boom, you have successfully done the Stormbow. So guys, that is how you get this Stormbow in Eisendrache. If you guys found this guide helpful, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And click one of the 4 videos on screens if you need help getting the regular Wrath of the Ancients bow. Or if you just want to check out one of the other bows that you can get other than the Stormbow, go ahead and click one of the 4 videos on screen. And if you guys enjoyed, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.